it was like a long kind of process, because I've got OCD and anxiety. So I basically, like, really strangely went on Facebook, and I seen one of my friends who actually passed away from like having kind of, I don't know if it was anxiety, but it was basically, he was mentally ill, and he basically killed himself. And it kind of gave me a shock of like, oh my god, I'm aware I've got anxiety, I'm aware I've got OCD, but I'm not doing anything about it. And I didn't want to go through with the doctors, because I was like, I don't know, I didn't want to be judged. I was anxious. I was on edge about everything. I was like, I'm going to be judged. The mum, it's a really bad thing. It's going to be awful. So I kind of thought, you know what, I'll find an alternative route. I'll find something alternative. There must be something. So I looked online and I found there was a changes group. And I remember like photoshopping it. It was just before Christmas, 2017. I photoshopped it and I was like, oh, I'll maybe look at it later. And then I think it was kind of January time where I was like, you know what, New Year's resolution can be for me to go for it and actually, like do some changes, have some change, make some changes, even if it's just a support group, just something to be able to kind of, somebody to understand me, because I think that's the biggest thing. Nobody understands OCD or anxiety. If you haven't got it, it's just not a normal thing, and people just think you're being ridiculous or horrible or whatever. So I rang up before because I was really anxious about it, and I was like, oh, is a group going on today? Even though I knew a group was going on, but I just needed to have reassurance. And they said, yeah, and they said it's really lovely and friendly, so come along. And I kind of thought, what am I going to say to the women? I'm here for like a crazy club or whatever, because like initially when you hear about a group, you don't know what to expect. So you're a bit like, oh my God, am I going to walk in feel really uncomfortable, or are people going to judge me? And do you know what the biggest thing was if I walk in there and when you go to a doctor and they're like sat there kind of judging, and they're like, okay, maybe you shouldn't be doing, they've never been in your position before, but they'll sit there and you feel like you're being judged. And I thought, oh God, I'm going to struggle with people asking me questions or me having to say my story. And I knocked on the door, and the woman was like, are you for changes? And I was like, yeah, thank you. Oh God, just judging me. But they weren't, they were just like, we were used to it. Opened the door, took us into the room, like the most welcoming, loveliest place, tea and coffee on the side, like, hi, new person. Gave you like a starter pack so you knew everything to expect. I met some like incredible people, like just like me. You know what I mean? Like, kind of, they're, it sounds horrible to say, but they're normal people, but who are just struggling, who are having a hard time at the moment, who need some extra support, or need to have a chat, or need to let it all out. And it was, the first meeting was just absolutely amazing. I just felt like I came home and I felt so kind of empowered and like confident, and kind of felt like, oh my God, I'm not a crazy person. I'm not this person who gets judged all the time for cleaning the house too much, or worrying about her son too much, or worrying about everything too much. I was this person who was struggling, but actually as people who are having, the same issues. I would recommend changes because, like, it's anonymous. You don't have to say your name. You just say your initials. That's it. You don't even have to tell your story. You can go in there and you can listen to other people, and in a non-judgy way. And like what they always say is that you're not gonna, mental health's not just going to go away like that, or it's not just, it might not even ever go away, but it's learning ways to obviously deal with certain strategies, certain situations, and actually being with friends that you generally see every week, or new people, you're in the same boat to kind of like talk about it, no matter what it is, even if it's a tiny little thing. They'll understand that to you it's the biggest thing ever. It's lovely because people do relate to you, so I do feel like that is the biggest kind of, the greatest medication, the biggest cure kind of, well, for me. Basically, don't struggle in silence. Do not struggle in silence. Always try and reach out to either changes, doctors, or find a hobby that maybe works for you.